Okay, so hi, this is Carolyn Elliott.
And this is Laila Bernard.
And you're listening to the Sleepover podcast. And Laila and I were just having a conversation about
Love and emptiness.
Love and emptiness and the joys of celebrating this manifest world as sort of a more feminine spiritual orientation versus the masculine orientation of like obsessing about a very abstract, absolute, like bright white light and trying to just focus only on that and so like be in relationship only with that.
Yeah, and like because we are like the trashy priestesses of the sleepover mystery school, like we're definitely talking about, relationship stuff and like actual physical stuff. Like, basically I meditate a lot on how I think people being like, oh, well, you really can't know yourself unless you've been single for a long time, or like, really work on yourself in, the isolation of a non-relationship. I always just laugh my ass off at stuff like that because like, what do people think relationships are? Like, what you think you're not in relationship? Like, are you actually becoming a like ascetic monk in a cave by yourself, interacting with no one but yourself? No, you have your friends, you have your acquaintances, you have your coworkers, you have your family, you have the random strangers that you interact with on the internet, and you have all the people that you pass by on the street that you don't, you're not consciously aware of your relationships. And yet like the deepest teaching is that we are all one, and like we are all deeply the fuck dreaming this dream together. So like what could it possibly even mean to say, don't get into a relationship before you've worked on yourself by yourself? I just don't even know what that means, to be honest. Like that's how deep I am in the feminine immersive left-handedness. Like and so, but I guess what's really being pointed out there is that, like, if you delusionally imagine that there are others in the universe that you're interacting with who have the capacity to either fulfill you or betray you
or diminish you somehow,
right, then that is going to lead to trouble, and you probably do need to back off of your addiction to others. But, like, here we are in the new Aeon, and, gosh, it just doesn't seem like any fucking barrier at all to interact with another, because isn't it always just a beautiful meeting of yourself and inquiry into yourself and noticing of yourself anyway? Yeah,
what I love to think about is how every person is a complete holographic fractal of the entire universe. And so I can absolutely love all people. And there are some orderings of the fractal that are particularly marvelous to me.
That particularly are beautiful and radiant, and charming.
That just like hit me in my sweet spot based on the shape of the fractal that I am.
Right.
I'm a particular shape of the fractal that's been designed to have sexual attraction, to have friendship attraction, to have
intellectual creative attraction,
maternal attraction, to all sorts of various particular shapes that just match the shape of my consciousness and like kiss it in such a sweet,
beautifully contacting way.
And so to have some weird dogma that I should isolate myself from the celebrations of these particular glories is very demented to me. And Laila I really like the non-dual conception that you spoke of a bit before we started recording, which we were talking about the people who like go only for the manifest, like the pure absolute. And I'm thinking about like the way that yogis meditating, or
monks living in a monastery,
or Islamic people, really wanting the abstract Allah. I was thinking about and I was saying that, and then Laila, you were saying that the manifest world is the activity of that beautiful absolute. And of course, what else could it be? Like, it's this is the dance that it's doing, and what a marvelous dance. And of course,
right, and in some ways, what a kind of like silly, sad confusion to be in, to like try to appreciate the dancer in isolation from the dance. Like it's a thing in motion. She is constantly doing the thing, and like a snapshot of a dancer does not give you the same appreciation of her art as really watching her do her moves, baby.
And I also feel like it's a slightly bit rude to be like, oh, I'm over this show. I'm completely over it. I just want to like tune back into the big bliss nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, okay, well, yeah, obviously that's an option. But like, also, this whole thing is going on.
And this is what she does.
She does it. She keeps
Are you going to say she's wrong?
Like...
Is she confused? Is God confused? I think not. I think the confusion might be on your end. Yeah, for sure. Oh my God. Ugh.
So like
it's a bit rude. It's a bit rude.
So what I love about the archetype of the mystic as intoxicated lover, the Rumi dervish whirling,
the Jesus and the Mary united in their like
Yeah, what I really adore about that is I feel like it's a model of illumination, of awakening, of sainthood that is like very happy to stay delighting in the world and very happy to
keep loving. Like,
keep loving.
Why turn the love light off? I mean, that's what happened to me when I received my illumination, Carolyn, was the lights came on in the theater, house lights came up. And, it was the fulfillment of my deepest life wish to like to see very clearly and to wake up from the dream and to really know myself as the dreamer and to no longer be confused about, terrifying or fear-inducing things or worry-inducing things of this world, and to know them as illusion and know them as nothingness. And as soon as it happened, Carolyn, I just wept, laughed, and said, oh my God, what a beautiful dream. I hope I never wake up. I hope I never stop dreaming it. I just like it. I mean, it truly is the cosmic joke. It's truly the most hilarious, silly little joke is that as we slumber in this world, we desperately wish for awakening and then we achieve it. And then we're like, oh my God, start it over again from the beginning. Oh my gosh, I just got to see, did I miss something? I must have been missing something while I was sleeping. I got to watch it again awake. Got to go right back in. My God. Now I can really appreciate it for once. For once, now I can really watch and just marvel in the artistry and the beauty of this dream. My God.
Indeed. Yeah.
And because we're such like slutty priestesses of the new Aeon, we were talking about how, in the past, our saintly brothers and sisters were deeply illuminated and deeply turned on by their like chaste monastic, loves of one another purely through the emptiness of the mutual oneness of Christ's love. God, it is sexy to just know that you are talking to someone who's also touching that juicy stream. My God.
And that you are in full union with this person within the oversoul.
The highest, hottest union possible, really. But like that was the spiritual achievement of the old Aeon. That was like where the saints flew in the old Aeon, and here we are in the new Aeon, and I just like really hold in my heart this beautiful vision of moving from chastity, physical chastity in love, to that same kind of beautiful, eternal merger in the truth that then gets to express itself in sexual, physical sobriety in relationship, where we know that like, yeah, we're interacting with like someone else, but this someone else is also the house of God, just as are we, and we will like enter into this sacred space with one another as a temple, as a place of worship, not as a place of like grasping, desperate, like trying to get our debts paid and trying to like have our accounts settled. You know, get the money changers out of the temple.
Get the money changers out of the temple.
I'm slamming over the tables right now. Get out of here with that you owe me, I owe you shit in relationships. Like, just come to worship the beloved, man. In whatever way they just need to be worshipped.
Unconditional sex.
Unconditional sex. God, I've been having like the best eye sex, dream sex. You know, unconditional. Doesn't matter.
And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And it's also, I can even see a vision where there's, you know, children of the future being born of unions like these that are really tantrically empty and blissful and surrendered and delighting.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, gosh, like, when people are relating from the place of really knowing who they are, both internally and in the so-called others, you know, these children then will almost naturally have a completely different family life, because we will not be clinging to this, like, well, this is my child with my surname, raised in my house with my clothes and like our food. And like, families will naturally, you know, have a distributed nature where it's Mama Carolyn, Mama Lucy, Mama Laila, and everyone can be a mother and in a moment, and anyone can care for a child who is in need of care without like the thing that happens where, you know, sometimes we give care to a child and then think to ourselves, you know, how dare that mother for expecting me to have given that care, or, oh, this, you know, negligent or, you know, non-fit person who needed support. Like, what's that stinginess? What's that spiritual stinginess of the heart? You know, that like love is unlimited. Care is unlimited.
Indeed. And there's just such vast horizons of possibility.
Yeah. When the grasping and the needing and the illusion that like you have a piece missing that needs to be like filled by another person, and instead, you know, it's really like the relating of two overflowing fountains. You know, no one's trying to pour into each other, trying to steal the liquid to fill their own empty cup. Everyone is full and overflowing and just raining what they have on anyone who wants to come close enough to get wet. That's what we're trying to do here. Get y'all wet.
Yeah. So I think that just might be it for today. I just wanted to capture this little conversation so you could start to reflect with us on these ideas. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.